Alright, this time we're going to be taking a look at the Cannibal Rednecks. It's the next in our series of the new villains that we're going to show you for the Slaughterville Director's Cut. Now what's most interesting about the Cannibal Rednecks is, one, the win conditions are pretty much the same. We're still trying to defeat their deck. We're trying to kill the Cannibal Rednecks while they still want to get one ally from every location. The farm still has to be in play. I put a definition of capture an ally just because I wanted to be clear exactly what everything was, where they take an ally and then go home. Let's see. At the farm, this is one of the parts that are different. At the farm, you can detach a clue, and it used to be you detach a clue and you can fight them or you can try to rescue an ally. Well, now I have it so that what you do is you test one of your stats against the Cannibal Rednecks combat. And if you decide to do a combat check, you're just having a single combat round. It's straightforward there. If you try to test your nerve against their combat, the next villain card is blank if you succeed. If you test your perception against their combat, you can look through any discard pile and shuffle any allies back into the deck. So you're perceptive enough to see where they might try to hunt and save the allies. If you do an agility check against their combat and you succeed, then you get to rescue an ally, which means you take one away from the Cannibal Rednecks and put it back in the discard pile. Let's see. And if the Cannibal Rednecks succeed, not only do you suffer damage, but you lose an ally. They capture one of yours. So, I mean, it's a, give and take. You may do something really good, or you might lose an ally. And anytime a character is killed, the Cannibal Rednecks heal 1d6. Because, well, they just killed you and ate you. Other than that, that is the basics for the new things of the Cannibal Rednecks. So we'll put the camera down, show you the table, and we'll get into playing. Alright, so we're back down here at the table. We got the coffee, we got the game, we're all set up with the Cannibal Rednecks. I have the Dream Demon sitting off to the side here because he's going to be ready for our next play as we go. And like I said, these are going to be really quick to try to just give you a feel of how these things play. We're going to still be using red, white, and blue just because it's easiest for me to remember. We have the Psychologist, the Monster Hunter, and the Final Girl for our characters for today. Other than that, we're pretty much in, and let's get it done. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take Old Red here, the Psychologist. Again, we'll put the cards up here as we did with the other ones. Let's see, where does the Psychologist want to go? Now we do have the farm in play, so that's good. So we're going to take the Psychologist. We're going to send him, for some reason, he went into the forest. Why? We're not sure. But once per check, you may re-roll a failed nerve check. So if you succeeded on the nerve check, you can't re-roll anything. But if you failed, you get a re-roll. So we get strange symbols. Whispers coming from the forest, you undergrove of trees. Make a perception check, which is 2 for him. I have a dice tower, but I wasn't sure if it would be too loud with the mic, so I didn't use it. I'll have to test it without recording. Oh, we succeeded. You see the pattern, find out more about where the missing hikers have gone. Now that's the whole thing with the forest. Its story, because again, every location is going to have its own unique story. The forest is all about a set of hikers that went missing, and it's going to tell you the story of what happened to them, or you're going to be able to infer what happened to them. Here's a hint: in this town, it's not good. So he got a clue. So he moved. He did that. That's his thing. Congratulations. We're happy for him. Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter will go to the cemetery. Alright, so cemetery, grabbed from underneath. You should never step on a fresh grave. 4. Caution is best. A woman steps out from behind a monolith holding a large bat, gives a wry smile, and says, "You might be smarter than you look. Attach grabbed from beneath to gain 1 combat." And she is an ally. Blue is the final girl. Even stats on everything, so where should she go? You know what? She's going to go to the house on Haunted Hill, just because she wants to. Alright, she wants you to help her find her friends. Roll 1d6 for each friend below. If you get a 5 or 6, you get the effect. Nia says no. Mandy says no. Maurice says yes. You get him. So you attach They Left Me to gain 1 combat. You may detach They Left Me to gain +3 to any check. That's another ally, which is good because we don't want the Cannibal Rednecks to get all of our allies. That would be a bad thing. Alright, so that's all 3 of us. Now we go to the villain turn. And on the villain turn, the first thing they're going to try to do is capture an ally from their current location's discard pile. In other words, wherever they're at, they're going to look in their discard pile and see if there's an ally there. Now, obviously, they don't have an ally in the Cannibal Rednecks discard pile, but if they were out here, they would look. If no ally is captured, move to a random location that doesn't match the location of a captured ally, and then try to capture one. So in other words, if you have an ally already captured from locations 1 and 3 or 1 and 4 or anywhere, you don't want to go back there because you already have the meat from them. So you're going to try to look at a different one. And since we don't have any, we're just going to go to a random one, which is 6. And he will fight them right after. Let's see. If no ally is present, overturn cards until an ally is found, and it stays in the discard pile. So we got the creepy groundskeeper here, but we also have Monster Hunter versus Cannibal Rednecks. Now their starting combat is 4. So we'll see how well he does. 3 versus 4. Nope. He didn't do as well as he would have liked. So he takes 2 damage, and he goes back home. So he goes back home. Now again, on the next villain turn, if they're still here, if nobody goes to attack them, they will instantly capture this ally from the cemetery, and then put it next to them. So that's what their goal is. The goal is the same, it's how they reach that goal is going to be different. Now, of course, we take a look at the villain card. And the first one is one of our new things. It's a family member. This one's Jessie May, named after one of my cousins. And she looks like she walked out of a dark dream. Her chainsaw brings death with severe hatred. Each character suffers 1d3 damage. And each of the family members, when they arrive, they deal you damage. So we go here. So the first one, poor psychologist, takes 3 damage. That's why their combat isn't as high. Because as soon as a family member arrives, they get boosts and they get this instant damage to you. Ooh. You attach Jessie May to the Cannibal Rednecks, and they must re-roll 2 non-successful dice. So no, on any check, whenever the Cannibal Rednecks have failed dice, they re-roll them, or re-roll 2 of them. And that's what these family members do, is they give these special bonuses to the Cannibal Rednecks. Not every card in here is a family member. We just happened to draw one right away, which was pretty cool for them. So, now we pass this on to the Monster Hunter, and we go. So you were white. You have a health of 6, so we're going to say you were healed 2. And we're going to take you to the farm and see what happens. Because you get a free encounter at the farm. Some of you might have been wondering, wait, you healed and moved, that's your 2 actions. That is true. Absolutely. But at the farm you can encounter once for free. You're looking directly at the rusted blade. I found a sickle. And 5. 4 to 6. Attach sickle to gain +1 of the attacks, which is good for him. So now he's a 5. Sealed in. This sealed in used to be where it could be an infinite loop of you just being stuck there, and I didn't really care much for that after a lot of consideration. I mean, I thought it was okay in the beginning, obviously, or else I wouldn't have put it in. But I like this way much better. You're still making a nerve check, but you gain +1 for each other player at this location. So we're making a nerve check, and our nerve is 2. Hey, we passed it. So if we succeed, remove Sealed In from the game and add 1d3 tokens to the location. See, the house on Haunted Hill is a clue but damage generator. So every time if there are ever 3 or more tokens on the House on Haunted Hill, at the start of the villain turn you remove all of them, and the people get a clue, but they suffer a damage. So the House on Haunted Hill is pretty good, but the cards in here are what generate the tokens. Now if we failed, the fear consumes you, double your nerve for the check, and you suffer a damage for each fail. So you're afraid from being sealed in. It's no longer perpetual, it's just a one-time thing that happens. But it could be bad if you have decent nerve. So we get 1 token on the location. So this will not go off once the villain turn comes around because there's only 1. And we remove this from the game. We can no longer be sealed in. So on the forest, the psychologist says, wolves. Fantastic. Howling isn't as far away as you thought. Padded paws are silent on wet earth. Roll any of the stats. Well, his nerve is 4. And if he fails the nerve check, he can, roll it again. So he was actually the perfect person to get wolves. Why? I'm glad you asked. Okay, he succeeded to get wolves. But if you have the nerve, if you can calm the wolves, you can attach them and gain wolf pets. They give you +1 attack. Now we come back to the rednecks. And yes, they do end up capturing one. I like to turn them upside down. That's just a me thing. You don't have to. But it lets me know where they were taken from right away. So we caught one. And we move back. And that's the villain turn there. Do this. Oh, Cousin Tommy. My other cousin. Family member. Cousin Tommy's been working on his physique for years. He likes to show off for the rest of the family. He knows that his work will pay off for the rest of the reunion. Each character suffers 1 damage. So we each take 1. Boom, boom, boom. Attach Cousin Tommy to the Cannibal Rednecks. They suffer -1 damage. So every time you hurt them, it's 1 less. That's why he only deals 1 damage to us, is because his ability is so good for the long haul. Alright, now we go over here. Final girl on blue. You know what? You know what? I think you're going to hang here. Mirror image. You stare into the mirror. Add 1d6 tokens to the House on Haunted Hill. 6. So this will definitely be going off this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Everybody's going to take 2 damage, but also get 2 clues. So we got to make sure we can handle the 2 damage on it. Alright, now we roll 1d6 to see what we're doing. We got 6. A nightmare scene shows your friends and family dead. Make a nerve check of 2. And I did make that nerve check. Succeed, you're able to see the lies. Give any character +1 to their next check. Okay. I think I'll give it to me. Just because I'm here. And I have another one to do. Medical bag. Well, I didn't need a check for that. But medical bag lets you equip it with 3 tokens on it. You detach a token to remove 1d6 from any player at the location. And when their tokens are gone, remove it from the game. Electrical storm. Just like we had last night, which is why I didn't record this last night. It was like a 3-hour thunderstorm going on. Storm came out of nowhere. Lightning's flashing unnaturally fast. Strike hits mere feet from you, etc., etc. Make an agility check to get out of the storm. His agility is only 1, so this is not a good one for him. Although he makes it. He makes it. You run into an old cabin. Strange animals hanging on the walls. A page from an old manuscript lies on the table. Gain 1d3 of the clues. So he gets 2 of them. So now he's pretty much ready to start whooping somebody. Okay. And now we go here to white at the farm. You know what? Yeah, let's just do it. We're going to go free action. Free encounter. 1 dog at the farm who's not been corrupted by evil in Slaughterville. You rescue Old Blue. Any player at the farm can detach a clue to give +1 to the check. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that clue off. because we want to try to save Old Blue. Monstrous Animals, 4. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Versus 4. And we got 1, 2, 3 versus 2. So we managed to save Old Blue, and we can attach him, and he gives us +1 perception, but we can also trade clues and items with players at any location. Now, once per turn, we're going to detach our clue. We detached our clue. We're going to do the combat portion of this, where we don't make a check, but we just engage in a single combat round against the Cannibal Rednecks. Now, right now there are 4, but they re-roll 2 failed dice, and they suffer 1 less damage. Okay, so 4 versus 5. We did not do poorly. They get to re-roll these 2, and they didn't get anything else. So they get 1. We would do 2 damage, but Tommy says no, it's only 1. And then we overturn that. We're not going to stay at the farm. He's going to head over here to the swamp for 1 and 2. The witch. You knock on the door of an old home. A woman greets you and offers you a drink. Roll 1d6. Because you should always take drinks from random women in the swamp. There's an eye floating in the cup. You throw the cup, angering her. Witch, 4 attack. So, 1, 2, 3. 4 for her. And 5 for us. 1, 2, 3. Versus 2. So we win. So, back here to the bad guy. And they go to location 4, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to have to fight red as soon as this is done. And he says, no allies in there. So let's go. Off-screen teleport's gone. Changing footprints. No. No. Wow. Oh, there's an ally. Park Ranger. So if we don't stop him, the Park Ranger is going to be captured next time. Speaking of captured, let's see. I have 2 versus there, starting 4. Wow, he actually hit them. So they will go home because they lost, but they don't take damage because of Cousin Tommy. If Tommy wasn't here. Tommy wasn't here. Okay. And now, we draw. Hunt them down. The Cannibal Rednecks hunt the players. Have a stat check against the Cannibal Rednecks. Combat. And then you're going to choose. You can either do combat to deal, if you beat them, you deal 1d3 damage to the Rednecks. If you do an agility check, you have a chance of detaching a family member. So you get to choose which one you want. If you fail at either of them, you detach an ally and suffer damage. Alright, so for the first one, well, I have 2 in the combat, but only 1 in the agility, so I think I'm going to have to try to fight. So 2 versus 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I did not do this on their last one to re-roll. Okay, so they won on this one because we only got 1 versus 3. So we would detach an ally. So we lose our poor wolves. And we suffer 1d3 damage. 1. Okay. Now, this monster hunter. Well, I mean, he's got a 3, 4, 5. 5 versus the 4. So we gotta do it. Oh, we did not do well at all. Plus, yeah. Okay, so we only got 1. Oh, darn. Darn. Well, we're going to have to send old Blue back to the farm. We take 2 damage. And we go to the final girl. She has 2 agility though. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try that. 2 agility versus their 4. Because either way, if their stuff is. So we tied. And we tied. So let's do that again. Nope, they won again. Okay. Does she have an ally to detach? Yes, she does. And that goes back here. Nope, we got to do the House on Haunted Hill thing too. Don't let me forget that. And she suffers. Don't let me forget that, like you're here to tell me. 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we each get 2 damage and 2 clues. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she is almost on the dead side. He is on the dead side. Okay. You're going to try 1 clue out here to heal. Just to see how well we do. Well, you took 2 off. You know what? We gotta. I'm sorry, we gotta send you home. Take 3 more. Now I feel better about you. Okay, so, but unfortunately that was his whole turn. Drifter. Drifter's like, hey, just got here. Let's see what we got. You're gonna go. You're gonna come over here to the house. Confession. Books line remarkably clean desk. Once it's on the table, so it's been recently used. Place 1d6 tokens on the location. 6. Well, that was different. And then we make a perception or nerve check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, that'll be 2 damage, but 2 clues. And we will do a... Well, we'll just do perception. It doesn't matter. They're both 2. We failed. So if we fail, writing turns to scribbles, and eventually the pages rip and tear. We panic. Luckily, he has nothing to lose, so the panic, not a big deal. He just goes to the farm. Which, hey, while we're here, right, let's take a look. Squeal for me. I wish we hadn't taken a look. This is the pig demon, so we have to make an agility check, because he picks you up and throws you. We failed the agility check. You land, take 1d3 damage. We didn't land too hard, we rolled with it. But now we have to fight the pig demon. 4 versus 2. 4 versus 2. That's a big loss on that one. 1, 2, 3. So let's take a... I'm gonna run away. And we don't. We don't get to run. We tied. We run. Okay. Yeah, I don't want him to die right now. Alright, and last but not least, we come to Blue. Blue's like, hey, I'm here anyway, might as well. Drowning. It's crazy, but you find the bathroom and draw a bath. You undress and sit in the warmth. The bottom of the tub drops out. Add 1d6. 1. Okay. Let's see. Make a nerve and agility check. Any other character can detach a clue to give you +2. Bill. So let's first make a nerve, which is 2. Nope, we failed. Drag yourself out, but at great cost. I should have healed ahead of time. Yeah, anything will kill me. Okay, 3, 6, 7. Yep, I should have used it. I was going to, but I didn't, so we don't retcon here. If you didn't do it, you didn't think of it. So that's the final girl dead. They heal. And you can see one of the big dangers of these Cannibal Rednecks is this ability to consume, the ability to eat your dead characters. So we send you back home, and that was your first action. Now the nerd comes in and says, I think I heard something, but I'm not quite sure. So the nerd just says, well, I wanted to go to the store. So he came into town, wanted to do some shopping. Villain turn. They go to location 1. Come on, you can do it. There we go. No ally. Well, fortunately for us, unfortunately for them. But the hunter is sitting there. Aw, poor hunter. You're going to be eaten. Wait, we do the card. Sick'em boy. See, not everything's a family member. Cannibal Rednecks, send out the hounds. Each character must make an agility check. Gain +1 to the check for each other character at your location. Well, technically, those two are at the entrance to Slaughterville together, so they'll get a +1 for each other person. So let's do red first. Agility is 1, plus his buddy there, to distract him. Because remember, you don't have to be fast, just faster than your friends. Fail, he's going to fight the hounds. I might change this one only because, as I'm sure you're aware, if you fail an attack or you fail the combat, we got to put the character on the location, on top of the location where you are. Well, what happens if everybody fails? We only have the one card. So I was considering that if you fail, you get mauled, you get damaged, and then the card is discarded. And that's what I think we're going to do. Yeah. The hounds, they'll bite at your heels as you jump over the fence. Because that's what the end is. If you succeed, you leap over the fence. So I think if you fail, you leap, but you get bitten in the ankle or bitten in the leg or something. I'll make up a story part for it. And if you lose, you get the 1d3. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I like that better. See? Real-time design stuff. It's fun. It's the way we work. Your agility is 2. Get up here. Come on, Drifter. Drifter makes it. So the Drifter succeeded. He leapt over the fence. The beast stops and snarls, daring you to come back. You were run off, but you found something interesting. Gain a clue. So the Drifter found something, which is nice. Unfortunately, the nerd only has 1 of the agility and does not make it over the fence unscathed. Wow, he took 3 on that. So that was the villain turn. Passes on to the Drifter in white, who says, well, we got to heal a little. And then we're going to go and hang at the cemetery for a minute. Caretaker Jim. Man with a shovel asks why you're trampling over his hard work. Make a nerve or perception check to calm him down. And since they are both the same, yay, we calmed him down. Succeed. Attach Caretaker Jim to gain +1 combat. We like Caretaker Jim. I usually cut this out where I'm actually picking up and removing or moving all the dice around. That's a lot of the edits you see is me doing stuff like that. Okay, so we go over here to blue. Blue is not having that, so we gotta spend the clue. Only 1? Alright, we'll do another one. 2 more. Okay, you're okay now. So blue says, clean up on aisle 3. Roll 1d6. That's a 6. Jars fall and shatter. Invisible hands draw into the contents. Make a perception check, which is 4. So he was a good one to get that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you succeeded. Gain a clue. You were able to read what they wrote. And your second one. Shotgun. Panicking people are swarming the sporting goods sections. Some have bright red eyes and are attacking others, and their victims turn into one of them. Totally not deadites. They're coming for you. You look at the glass case holding the weapons. Will you smash the glass with your elbow to get the weapons? If you break the glass, suffer 1d3. 1. Because, I mean, come on. He's not going to break the glass. And then attach shotgun to gain +2 combat. And you may re-roll up to 2 dice. Shotgun counts as 2 equipped items. Then fight the crazed crowd of 4. So we got that. So now, either way, whatever you did, you would still have to fight the crazed crowd. It's just now you've got a shotgun. Two to 2. Yeah, we're doing that again. We ain't letting that slide. 1 to 2. But again, here, if I would have used his Nerd Rage, I could change that 4 to a 5 if we needed to do that to succeed, because he does have a clue now. Speaking of clues, he gets another one for beating that. Red's going to jump down here to the cemetery. He's going to spend a clue to heal 2 of them. So he has 8 health. He has 5 left. He's good yet. We should have went to the farm, so we didn't. So that's 1. That's my second action. But we're going to definitely do this. Detach the clue. We're going to make that nerve check. So we succeeded. So the next villain card drawn is going to be blank. And speaking of, they grab 1 from the swamp. So now they have 2 out of the 6. And they're like, okay, let's go home. This is blank. And it's just discarded. Which is good because we got rid of Cousin Frankie. Cousin Frankie gives all of the characters -1 agility. We don't like that. We don't like being -1 on the agility. Okay, pass this on to Blue. Blue says, let's take another look inside the store. And of course you're going to get an off-screen teleport, Mr. Blue. But it is 4v4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost even, because they both can re-roll 2 dice. 1, 2 for you. Okay, so you didn't do that. And hey, look at that. So he wins. The nerd beat up the cannibal rednecks is a phrase you probably didn't think you'd hear, but because of Cousin Tommy, they don't take that damage. Alright, so let's take another look inside the general store. Express Lane. And again, keep in mind, all art subject to be changed, because this one shows a noose on it instead of an Express Lane. Let's see, your arms are tired. The voice on the loudspeaker says if you can't scan the items in time, the register will explode. Make an agility check, and unfortunately, your agility is 1. Well, you got a 5. Look at that. The nerd is very good at being a cashier. The voice returns and tells you that you've proven yourself. Some information appears on the register screen. Gain 1d3 of the clues. That's 3 clues he got. We go back to Red. Red's going to come over. And he's going to take his 4 nerve again. And we're going to blank the next villain card. Because again, this is one of the possible ways that we can do this. Rednecks are still in it because they still get their let's hunt them down thing every turn. But I'm going to put this here just to remember. So we go back to White. And White's going to... You have 3 versus that 4. It's free. Let's try it. 3 versus 4. Nope, let's do that again. I have faith in you, Drifter. Good thing I did, because you managed to do it. So, Pig Demon's gone, which means the nerd doesn't have to come down. He will anyway, just because. Free action is, of course, the off-screen teleport. So 3 versus 4, but they get to reroll 2. Okay, so we tied. We both go back. Let's take him, being the drifter, to the forest. And then we'll take a look here for our last action. It's an axe. When you came out to find the missing people, you didn't expect to be one of them. Something's chasing you. An axe sticks out of a stump. Make an agility or make a combat check to free it. So that's 3. We did not free the blade. The thing throws you across the forest floor. Suffer 1 damage. And fight the creature, which is only 3. So 3 versus 3. Tied. Do that again. And we win. Okay. We're getting clues pretty decently. That's good. Alright, so now we're back here. And the villain says, as long as we don't go to 1 or 6. So we go to 5. Check here for an ally. Oh, I almost forgot about that. I hate being the one to tell you this, but the Cannibal Rednecks just ate Old Blue. Their next card drawn is blank. Ooh, that was Mama Lisa. That would have been a bad one for you. Yeah, Mama Lisa. You roll 1d6. The Cannibal Rednecks and each character suffers that much damage. Red's in really good shape here to keep doing this nerve thing, but we can only do it once per turn. So 3, 4, and if we have clues, don't forget you have to have a clue to be able to do this. So he only has a certain number of clues before he runs out, but he does succeed. Ooh, Randy Wilson, Adventurer. Make 2 combat checks to attach Randy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, and I know some people might be against it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like Randy. If you're watching, Randy, hey, how are you? But we can use nerve for combat checks. So I'm going to spend this. His nerve is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to make 2 of these. Got 1. Good job. Yes, we got 2. I like Randy. You get +1 nerve and +1 combat because you saved Randy Wilson, Adventurer. Now we're just going to go 2 and heal him now. Ooh, yes, we healed all 3. Now that we got Randy, I want to keep him safe as we can. Then we go to white on the forest. But nope, we're going to come over here to the farm. Let's do his agility. I know it's probably crazy because it's 2 versus 4. It's a risk, but it's one I'm ready to take. Nope. Dang it. I shouldn't have done that. Alright, so since I failed, I take 2 damage because they had 2 success. Oh, I gotta reroll 2 of their fails. 3 damage. And they capture this one. Now, fortunately, they already had a cemetery, so that doesn't increase their total. But we lost poor caretaker Jim. We're going to go to the forest. And we're going to use his Jack of all trades ability so I can show you that. What he gets to do is shuffle. Aw. And this is why I added this to it. He shuffles 1d6 in. But since he only got 1, he only shuffles 1. Which would seem like a bummer, but he then gets to encounter this location as a free action. Cave. There are bloody handprints covering the cave walls. Rolling a 1d6. We got a 3. Person stands in the distance facing away from you. You get closer and he's propped up with sticks skewering his chest and neck. Missing persons posters cover the walls. And again, this goes into that whole theme of in the forest. There's a whole bunch of missing hikers, missing people. His face is on the posters. Gain a clue. Alright, now the nerd. You're going to detach that, Mr. Nerd. Heal 1, just because I like you. And we're going to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to come down here. We're going to use your perception, which is 4, versus there, 4. And this is why I didn't say they re-rolled 2 dice on a combat check, because I wanted them to. So they got 3. If they didn't get 3 successes, I would have spent the clue to use Nerd Rage to tie, and we would have had to re-roll. But, well, they got 3, unfortunately. Well, we don't have any allies, so that's good. They can't capture an ally. But we still take the 2. 3 damage. All right, they got 3 successes. Bad guy's turn. 2. We don't have anything from 2 yet, so he's free to run to 2. No allies. And now there's the cat. So he's going to eat a dog and a cat. Well, you know, okay. It is what it is. And the hunting club is blank. Hunting club's another good one for the Rednecks. When they deal damage, it's applied to everybody. You don't want the hunting club out. Which again is why it's important to do these extra abilities. White at the forest. Electrical storm. I did not make the electrical storm. Hit by lightning for 1 damage. That wasn't that bad. I've been hit by lightning before. It's not that bad. And we'll do E. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it again. Campfire. Somebody's being held over a campfire. You succeed. You dodge under a wild swing. Run. Move to another location, so you get to move for free. He is not ready to attack him, but we are going to go to the cemetery. Now we go to blue. You know, blue's going to try it again. And he's going to go 4, V4, for his perception. Fella, you didn't do so well. 3 damage on that one, huh? Okay. Well, you're only... Okay. 1, 2. Okay, at least I removed those 3. He was going to go attack the Cannibal Rednecks because he has a 4 and 2 rerolls just like they do. But not now. Now would be a bad one. However, we're going to come back up here to red. No damage on him. The old psychologist here. And we're going to take that psychologist and we're going to go, hey, how you doing? That's 1 action. And we're going to have the single combat round because we ended up with at the villain thing. But his, I'm going to say use the nerve by spending the clue. So his 4, 5 on the attack versus their 4. Where did I put... Oh, there's my dice. 5 versus 4. Now, he doesn't have any rerolls, but that's life. So we got 2, and they got 1. So again, no damage, but he gets sent home. Okay. Yeah, Cousin Tommy's a real pain. We've been saying that since he was born. Well, you know what? We only have 3 left. So we're going to do General Store, House on Haunted Hill, and Forest. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1. So he pumps back up here to the General Store, munches on the cat, says, I'm outie. Because when you capture the ally, they get sent home. So they're already at 4 versus our people. And we can try to rescue them if we were able to do a agility check versus their combat. Blue's going to come over here to the farm. Safe for now. I almost did something with safe for now, but that's not until the horseman. Another shotgun. Well, if we get this, we'll be able to give it to somebody. But we have to make an agility check, and his whole agility of... Oh my gosh, he got it. Succeed. Attach shotgun. Okay. So that was free. Let's go over here to white, because you can use that. We're going to go over here to white, and then on white's turn, next one, hopefully, he'll be around to take that. And we come back to red. Sale today. Half off sale. Roll 1d6. 6. She thinks you would make a nice handbag. Which, again, I'm sure you might. But I'm not really into the handbag being made out of the poor psychologist. So we got to do 3. That was not one of them. So he takes 1 damage, and we're going to do this again. Nope. Okay. You know what? We run. So we'll leave you there. We'll get the whole gang together. Oh, I like hanging out. House on Haunted Hill is 1, Forest is 2. Of course, you're going to roll a 3. So we go to the forest. Where are you? Come here. Is there an ally in the forest? I'm willing to bet there are with all of these. Yes. So, okay. Okay, so he ate a dog, a cat, and wolves. Not so much cannibals as interesting cuisine. Hunt him down. Hunt him down. Again, if we win, we can detach a family member if we use agility. Now, who has decent enough agility to do this? Well, that would only be the drifter. So, but the drifter's 2 at everything, so we can do that. Hunt him down. Let's do first you. So you take. I wish he had his clue for this. 2 versus 4. I wish Jesse wasn't out. Jesse and Tommy, I tell you. Holy mackerel. You got a 1. Nothing. Oh, man. I was hoping we would have got that. Detach an ally. Bye, Randy. And suffer 1d3. So we take 2. Yeah, these rednecks are difficult. They're meant to be, though. I mean, they're simpler as far as the mechanics go compared to things like Dream Demon and so on. But I wanted you to feel the family. I wanted you to feel them coming after you. That was the point of this. And I'm okay with them being a difficult villain. But they are beatable. I have beaten them. Alright, so you are going to do agility. We're going to do that. Agility. And the only reason you have to specify is because you have to choose agility or combat, and his are both 2, so I want to try the agility thing. Okay, he got 2, so far he's winning, and we really want him to win, and darn, that's a tie. Alright, let's do this again. Tie. Tie is better than a loss. Unfortunately, he lost. And takes 3 damage on that. 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 1 health left. Yeah, we're going to have to use him to save the house on Haunted Hill. So he cannot be gone. You can't lose him. But we're going to go with 2, 4 versus 4. Oh yeah, we got this one. He rolled the nerd with a shotgun. And they take 1 damage. Would have been 2, but again with Tommy out. We're going to use our first action to trade. I want to give it to the drifter. I do. So we're going to do that. Even though he has 7 damage on him, I still want to give that to him. And let's take the nerd into the cemetery, because it always turns out, well, safe for now. That's 1. That's 2 because we traded. We come back to red. You know, I have faith in you, red. Ouija board, or Ouija board, however you pronounce it. Make a perception check. And you succeeded. Attach Ouija board to gain +1 clue whenever you succeed on a nerve or perception check. Does not count as equipped. That is a good one for him to have because of his ability with nerve checks. Again, I don't seed these, I don't plan them, it just is what it is. Mausoleum. Make an agility or perception check. No, let's do perception because that's 2. And we succeeded. Succeed. You catch a robed figure fleeing. His eyes. He says your time is over. He screams as blood suddenly gushes from him onto the cold ground. You find something in his robes. Attach Mausoleum. You may detach Mausoleum to trap an enemy, which means discard it, and it says it right next to it. Discard that enemy. Alright, so we go to white. And, yeah, I like him and all, but he's got a 1, 2. I gotta do this. I don't want him dead. Okay, I wish it would have gotten a 3, but hey, that's the way it goes. Now we come back here. The only location left is the house on Haunted Hill. And so he's going to roll that, move to the house on Haunted Hill, capture. They left me, and that's all 6 of the allies that he needs. Then we would enter Final Combat. Now with Final Combat is just like a regular Final Combat, but if there's an ally, which is why it's okay for him to have duplicates, if there's an ally next to the villain, remove one of them from the game and he gets +2 combat. Then he engages in a single combat round against each character. Roll the Cannibal Rednecks combat once and compare to each. And then remember, with Final Combat, it is permadeath. Once you die, you are done. So it's not like the regular game. You're going to spend your clue to heal 2. In fact, let's just show it that we're in the Final Combat. There you are. Take everybody to here. We come to here. Nope, I'm going to keep that. And we're good. Now, we do his. Doesn't matter. Detach an ally. And he gets +2. So that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he re-rolls 2 fails. This is quite possibly the worst one we could have gotten, but that's okay. That's 5. You get 1. So nothing. So he takes 5 damage and dies. So the poor psychologist didn't make it. He got eaten. Now the drifters of 4. Let's keep these 5 up here. So he's going to take at least 1. Whoops, that was a 6. Okay. Yeah, he takes 3. And you are 4. With re-rolling 2, so you take 2. Alright, then we do the villain card. There's Cousin Frankie. Each character suffers 1 damage. 3, 6, 5. And all characters are -1 agility. Then we come back to here. Remove an ally. And he rolls his. Or the family, I should say, rolls their 6. They get 1, which is good for us. Because we do 4. With the 2 rerolls. Okay, so they would take 1, but Tommy's out. No, you still take 1. Sick 'em, boy. Well, you're going to be safe from that. But you, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You succeeded. Oh, nope, that was the agility check. Yeah, you still succeeded. If you succeed, you gain a clue, which is good, because you want clues. Nothing, which is good for us. And nothing. They got 0 successes. Even losing that, eating the cat. Come on. Okay. So they take 1. Good. We don't like Cousin Kevin. That's 2. Come on, Mr. Nerd. That's just 2, but they still take 1. Ooh, Grandma's gone. Good. We don't like Grandma either. Just because it's Grandma. Now we do their card. Have a snack. Choose a random location. The Cannibal Rednecks choose an ally from that discard pile. If there's no ally, choose a random location until one's found. Remove that ally from the game. The Cannibal Rednecks heal 1d6. 4. So they eat the wolves. And they would heal 2. If we can outlast them until they get rid of all these allies, they're going to be much easier to defeat. And that's the thing. The more snacks they have, the harder they are. Darn it, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not going to go well. 5 again. Roll 4. Reroll 2, so we take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Still alive. Oh no. It wouldn't save us. Okay. The nerd has long since perished. No, you know what? You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna use save for now to save our butts for this one. We'll put that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back. Yeah, we'll just use save for now to get out of this single combat round here with him. And overturn. Oh, Mama Lisa. Dang it. Okay, Mama Lisa. We each suffer 1 damage. Unfortunately, that is enough to kill the nerd. Nothing I can do about that. And I'm going to have to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mama Lisa also killed the Drifter. And that is enough for the Cannibal Rednecks to say, thanks for coming. Dang that Cousin Tommy. If Cousin Tommy hadn't been out, we could have done much better. But it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed checking out the Cannibal Rednecks. I look forward to having you be eaten by them as soon as we get this puppy printed and delivered, because as you know, of course, we're fully funded. We're unlocking stretch goals, which is always nice. And again, I thank you for stopping. Till next time, have fun.